Hello, wait, hello everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of my 1K special. What if Deku was a guardian slash hunter? Was a hunter. Now, I think I'm gonna put the whole titles now, or I have not posted the first episode out, so I'm just gonna make it named What if Deku was a hunter, like how I've done What if Deku was a warlock from yesterday's video. So, yeah. Now, we would, go back to Izumi and, Petra. Izumi and Petra. Them both walking into UA with some of the teachers that didn't go outside are more or less, looking at them weirdly because, if you, not include Izumi's hair and eyes, she would look like, if you saw Petra, like a twin. They look like twins, basically. And, a teacher does go up and ask them if they are siblings. Them both saying no, but they're from the same race. With him saying, wait, what? And Nezu saying, I'll tell you all later. With, obviously, the teacher obliging, saying, alright. Which would lead to them backing off and doing whatever they were doing before. Let's just say they were going to their classroom to grade papers. I don't know what, so yeah. And, Izumi and Petra would have gone to, Nezu's office. And Nezu explained a lot more about the religion of Japanese and everything like that, as well as different things towards, Petra and Izumi. So, yeah. Now, they would get at least a decent grasp of what Japanese culture is, because, they don't ever say be disrespectful, but they also don't know, anything about Japanese culture or anything like this. So they would proceed to learn a bit more about the Japanese culture, them doing so they know at least how to do majority of the time Japanese. There are going to be some oddball, like they're not going to know every single little thing, but they would know majority of it. And yeah, which then Nezu proceeds to say that you'll be put into the dorms. And, you'll come back tomorrow to, start your first days at school. With Izuku stating that, alright, and, does ask what quirk, or then ask for the whole explanation about quirks. Nezu obviously giving it to Izumi. And, yeah. They would, with Izumi and Petra being satisfied of what they just learned, and wanting to sleep on it, proceed to go to the dorms. They wouldn't have anything too much on them. They literally just, all they have is some bags of meat, which they kind of just threw away into a garbage can. And then just you have Petra's pistol and knife, and Izumi's, armory. So, yeah. Now, she would also show Nezu all her weaponry and thus go a little far away, and then to summon her sparrow. So Nezu knows she has a hover bike and different things like that. She did ask her to at least look at some of the weaponry, with Izumi just stating that it's fine with her, just don't take them apart, I'll show you. With Nezu just obliging, saying, alright, that would probably be best. And, Izumi would, go to the dorms, opening to see a lot of yelling by our favorite Pomeranian Bakugo Katsuki. Now, Aizawa would have come in about 30 minutes before and, explained that they're actually getting a new transfer student, and she did, trying to think of an excuse, or trying to explain the best that he can, and then for so, Bakugo yells, saying, how is that even possible? And, saying they're totally weaker than me, and the whole arrogant self of Bakugo, because I don't see that changing. If not, it's a little more, seeing as Zuko wasn't there. With them both coming in, he didn't mention that they were both female and dating, so Manetta proceeds to say, "Hello ladies," and Petra, first one to say that, "Who the hell is the green little dude?" Or make some very funny insulting word to Nezu, which even Bakugo laughs his ass off more than everyone else because he's the loudest out of everyone. But yeah, with him saying, "Oh, come on, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. What's the word? Woman. Don't do that to me, woman." Making a grin only a pervert can do. And now Izumi feels that he's, well, putting hands on her territory. Proceeds to say, "We're dating. Don't, well, you're not having any chance, little dude." Or purple mess hair dude. Which the girls, well, Mina, would get bright eyed saying, "Wait, how long have you been dating?" Them both stating it's complicated. With her saying, "Oh, come on." Izumi saying, "Alright, we'll explain who we are," and the old shebang. They would proceed to go to the couch area where the lounge area is, with them both explaining who they are. And now, once they hear Petra's story, they're like, "Okay, she's a general. That from a area that we have no idea from, but she says she's a badass, so we'll take her word for it." Now, when Izumi speaks up saying she's a guardian of a hunter class, she has, well, the solar abilities of it, explaining that she can make a fire gun, throwing fire knives, and, well, proceeds to then bring up her, well, arm, saying she has armor that she got from the whole, well, her doing quests and different things for the Vanguard. And, well, Bakugo grins at this, but she shows them her loadout, the Hawk Moon, with Ida saying, "Do you need to have a license for that?" Izumi saying, "What's Four Eyes over here talking about?" Which some people snicker, some people are just like, she acts like Bakugo a little, but yeah, like a toned down Bakugo, Uraka thinks. And, well, when she does, well, explain that the gun's name is the Hawk Moon, has 6 shots, very powerful weapon, and, well, yeah. Then she brings out this, saying it's the Ikelos sniper rifle. And Bakugo hears sniper rifle and saying, "Does it do a lot of damage?" Which is me saying, "Do you like guns? Or do you like things going kaboom?" Him saying, "Yup." Her saying, "Oh, this makes things go kablow." With Bakugo giving only one of his devilish looks that he inherited from his, well, mother. And everyone's like, they're gonna get along a little too well. Let's make sure we check if there's bombs in our area whenever or everywhere, or check every day if there's a bomb in our dorm. And then she brings out, well, the sword. With, well, it not being looking like a sword, obviously, or it looks somewhat like a sword, but it's very different. And, well, I'll say, who would take it? I'll just say the entire class is there. It's just, Sugarman is not there. So, yeah. And, well, they would ask what that is, or at least, Momo would ask what that is. Her saying it's called the Wild, or World Line. It's a sword that can teleport her, but also acts like an actual sword. Her proceeding to fling it around like a sword. With everyone being shocked and or with Jiro saying, "Alright, is that it?" Her saying, "There's one more thing." With, well, them asking, "Alright, what it is?" With her showing the sparrow, they're like, "What is that?" She proceeds to get off it, but it still hovers, because I don't see why it wouldn't hover, even if she's off of it, because it's not the whole game version, so she can actually have it as long as she wants, and then she can, well, despawn it. her saying it's her sparrow, and just think of it as a bike that can hover. With them all accepting that answer, because well, it looks like a bike that well is hovering. So yeah, but well, Bucko does ask what's the name of it. Her saying the Zakizu. I think I'm saying that right. With him saying the what? Her saying the Zakizu. Some person named it, I don't know. And he just says, whatever. And just says, alright, I'm gonna go sleep, you extras. With Izumi looking over at everyone else, saying, does he do that a lot? With them, well, only being knowing for a full day, saying, we met him today, and he does, or we met him about 1 full week ago, because I think that they would all have the dorms at least. This is a college, so they will have the dorms ready about 1 week before, so everyone can move in at some point in that 1 week span. And they would say, he basically talked to us from the first week, or from 1 week ago when we first moved in. Izumi saying, oh hell, this is gonna be annoying. With Petra proceeding to put her arm around Izumi, or on Izumi's shoulder, saying it's fine, and does ask them where their rooms are. Petra does ask that. Them just pointing over, saying there's 2 spare rooms, with them both saying we only need 1. With Mina, well, grinning and finally asks that, how long have they been dating? Because they didn't explain that before. Them thinking about it, and them saying that, yes, and walks off. Mina just saying, in her pouty voice, saying, oh, come on, let us know. And, yeah, as we know, their relationship was complicated for a while, so, yeah. But, well, Kirishima does think that, hey, guys, them saying, yeah, Izumi said she was a guardian, right? And had but the Petra lady, or the Petra girl, said she was the, well, general. They're saying, yes. I'm saying, aren't they, technically they're not doing the same job, so how would they know each other? With everyone being curious, but thinking they'll ask them tomorrow. Now, well, Petra and Izumi would have gone to bed, then after that, and sleep. With the next day, they go, wake up early, walking down to Nessa's office, and, well, ask Nezu if they can have some sort of allowance or some sort of money, so they can at least get new clothes, so they don't want to stay in these clothes. Nezu, well, obviously knowing that's very true, and they can't just stay in their clothes, they would get stinky in the clothes issue, and he would offer them to give them about $10,000 worth of Japanese money. So I'm saying $10,000, but think of it as much as, well, if you put $10,000 into Japanese currency, it's that much. Which they both, per se, buy different clothing that they both like. So, yeah. And, well, yeah. Now, they would both come back wearing new clothing because they kind of slept in they kind of slept in their clothing, so, yeah. And, well, they would, with them coming through the door, with everyone, well, proceeding to get up, because, well, they woke up right and early, 8, and then went to ask Nezu, which was up at that time, which Nezu just gave them the money, and then they went out pretty early, which everyone looked sober to see 2 female coming through the door, with everyone looking over saying it's Izumi and Petra. Them asking where were they, and why were they, or why did they get up early? Them, well, obviously having bags in their hands, saying they had to get new clothes. The girls knowing this, and obviously the boys would get this also, or not the girls would know this, but like they would understand, they all would understand basically, and not think much of it with the girls, but the girls more or less ask what they bought, with Petra just saying they'll tell them later, and proceed to go to their shared room and change. And they would proceed to come out to, well, waiting down. Now, they would ask if they needed breakfast, them saying they already had it, with Bacchus thinking of, wow, they are like military people. And he just remarks saying, "You two are like military." Them looking at each other saying, "Well, we were both kind of military in our own grasp." Saying I worked for the Vanguard while she worked for the, what's it called now? For the Reef. With Kirishima saying, "Yeah, I was wondering, you two didn't work for the same government, so how would you know each other?" With Izumi looking over at, well, obviously Petra saying, "Should we tell them?" Petra saying, "It's fine with me, but are you okay?" With her saying, "Alright," and just say, "Okay, don't get freaked out," but opens her hand to look like she's having something in her hand, with the ghost named Apollo just come out saying, "Hello," and you hear a "What the hell" coming from Bakugo, and everyone's just saying, "What the hell is that? What is that?" And, well, a kind of chuckle coming from the ghost saying, "Hello, I'm Apollo. I am, well, Izumi's ghost. I revived her when she was dead." And, well, everyone heard dead, and they're like looking at Izumi saying, "Wait, you died?" With the, well, Izumi looking down and sad and saying, "Alright, let me explain something. Why we look the same is because we're from the same race, and I worked at the Reef," saying I was fifth in command of the military at that time, while Para was 10th in command. Them understanding the whole ranking system and saying, "Yeah," and her saying, "Me and her were a relationship before I died." And then goes to say that when I proceeds with Petra getting a little saddened, but keeping her more composure, and Izumi saying, "I kind of died and was brought back 5 years later as a ghost, and, well, when Petra found out that I was alive, or when I came back to the Reef and Petra found out I was alive, we kind of started back up a relationship. With, well, the question is, how would you come back alive come up?" Her saying, with, well, the ghost explaining the whole, "Oh, we take people that are dead and bring them back to life to fight for guardians and protect people." That whole explanation with everyone saying, "Wait, you could have become a warlock with Bakugo," thinking, "I would be suited for the, well, Titan." Izumi looking at Bakugo saying, "Why? How's that I barely know you, but I agree with you?" Him smirking saying, "It's because of my great personality." Izumi saying, "Yes, your personality of flaming hot Doritos and Cheetos." I'll just say they have those in Destiny. I, well, I'll say they have Doritos and Cheetos in Destiny. Why? I don't care. Plot. With everyone proceeding to chuckle, but still, well, trying to wake up. With Ida saying, "Everyone, stop talking. Everyone's trying to wake up." With, well, everyone looking at Ida, and, well, you have one's faces like, "Shut the fuck up." And, yeah. But everyone would proceed to go change and, well, leave for UA. Now, this day would have been the Heroes vs. Villains test, and, well, All Might would have come in a little while, about 7 a.m. before class starts, to go to Nezu asking about those new people, saying he heard about you're getting new students, and Nezu explains the situation, saying, "Are you sure about that, Nezu? They're from another, what, dimension?" Him saying, "Well, that's what we're going with." Him saying, "Yeah, you don't know what they're capable of, and we need to treat them," as saying, "They haven't, well, aggravated us at all. And they've been respectful, and they, well, want to help people." Him explaining that what a guardian is, and, well, him also hearing that they killed to protect, and him thinking that, will she kill? In a stone tone of voice. Nezu in another stone tone of voice saying, "They won't kill. I've told them explicitly not to kill." Him saying, "Alright, but it's your fault if they go rogue or it hurt anyone." And does ask of what's their quirks. Him saying they don't have quirks, but Izumi has an ability, or has some sort of, well, as she calls it, light. The power allows her to use several abilities, them including grenades, a grenade, a, per se, weapon that she can summon out of looking like fire, like a gun, a revolver that looks like a golden gun, And well, it's called the Golden Gun. It can shoot 3 to 6 shots as she would like. It's her choice and does explain what she has. And All Might's like, and you're allowing them to stay at UA and not take away any of their stuff. I'm saying it's not ours to take, All Might. From what I hear, they earned it explicitly. So it's like, so if I were to take it away, it would be like taking, well, if you taking money away from someone that earned it. It wouldn't be fair. And they have not shown, and again, they have not shown any hostility. There would be no point. And All Might just says, alright, and yeah. And he does ask what, well, Petra's power is, because he would have gotten their names. Him saying she has no abilities, but she's very highly skilled in fighting, able to use very skilled with knives and weaponry like Izumi. But she does not have light, as Izumi would call it. Him accepting those answers, just saying, alright, do you know anything else about them? Him proceeding to give the whole explanation, which would have been the entire conversation of Nezu and All Might would have been an hour worth. About, you know what, screw it, 2 hours. And yeah, now, well, Nezu, or everyone would proceed to go to class throughout the day, all the way until their homeroom teacher, Aizawa Sensei, as they like to call him, but Aizawa. Aizawa explained that they're going to do, well, heroes versus villains test and that. Izumi asking the question of, her and Petra need to answer, saying, what's, lethal, like what's too lethal? Him saying, just don't inflict wounds that, won't heal, and it's perfectly fine to bruise them up. Her saying, okay, and, puts the golden gun off to the side, saying she can't use that. It will disintegrate everyone. But she ends up saying that out loud, and everyone looks at Izumi saying, what? Her saying, oh, don't worry, in that one casual thing of in a nonchalant voice and waving her hand off. Now everyone's like, she can disintegrate us and turn us into dust. Jesus Christ. Because they got what the abilities' name were, but they didn't get the whole explanation of, oh, what does the golden gun do? She didn't say, oh, it can disintegrate you all. Yeah, she didn't say that, so yeah. With Bucko thinking, I wish my explosions could disintegrate things. Yeah. I was just saying now that they're going to wait for a teacher to come in saying he's needing to go do some go do test and, the whole explanation of, Aizawa Sensei, or Aizawa would say. Now, he would proceed to leave to go do whatever he was going to do. I don't think he was doing tests. I think he was actually patrolling, not doing test. Because with Aizawa, he was like, do I want to do tests or do I want to go on a patrol and doing something meaningful? Let's go on patrol, I'm too lazy. I think he would do that more than test. Or, do a test. And, you then hear a dun 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 dun. And a psh. And, someone saying, oh, I am here. Everyone getting shocked saying, it's All Might, it's All Might. With Petra and Izumi looking at her saying, who's All Might? Everyone looking back saying, oh yeah, you don't know who All Might is. With All Might coming in saying, hello, I'm All Might. And he does greet himself to Petra and Izumi saying, and it slightly explains the hero design saying he's the highest ranking hero and here to, be in charge of their fighting course or the whole fighting and learning how to do different scenarios, why would they choose All Might? It's better if All Might was a secondary teacher. Aizawa would have been better for this. But anyways, they would proceed to obviously go down or All Might would say the whole heroes or costumes make the hero and the whole shebang, all of that. Him proceeding to open up several briefcases, or I think there's 22, and he would only bring up 21 with one, which Petra's costume is in one of them. It's basically this. Because I don't see giving her a whole brand new costume. I don't even think that would, someone made what if Deku was in Petra costume? For a hero costume. I don't think that would happen, but yeah. But she would still have the whole mark, and someone would ask, and she just says that's the symbol of, who she works for, or the whole symbol of the whole reef. and they would accept that answer, obviously, and I'll say that was Kirishima. With everyone looking over to Izumi, just waiting on her desk, sitting on her desk, waiting, and well, yeah, what they would go back with. I'll just say, Mo asked if she has her costume or if it's not here. Izumi, while saying, she can put it on off with her will. With her saying, 1 second, proceeds to, well, do a stretch, and boom. With them asking, what the hell? And she does, in a more equish tone, saying, this is what my hunter armor looks like. With Kirishima saying, that's very womanly. Her saying, thanks, I guess. With, well, Mina saying, Kirishima, it sounds better if you say manly. It doesn't work with women. Him saying, whatever, and, well, proceeds to go off with Bakugo. With holding their suitcases to go change. Petra, well, asking if Izumi is going to stand there and look pretty. Izumi saying, no, babe, I'm not, I'm coming with you. With Izumi would proceed to go with, well, Petra and the locker room, with her just talking to Petra sitting on a bench that's in the changing room, and they are talking. Now, Mineta would have said, everyone, there's a peeping hole, and would look through the hole. Jiro saying, that pervert Mineta kid is going to look through the hole. With Petra looking over at, well, Izumi looks pissed off. With Izumi proceeding to say, I'm going to kill him. Proceeds to walk off. Petra saying, don't kill him. Her saying, fine, babe. And what did she do? Well, Izumi does something. She points the pointing end of her knife through the hole. And Mineta looking down and saying, what's that? And almost gets his eye taken off or stabbed into him, saying, what the hell? With, well, Baku grinning and chuckling to himself, saying, you deserve that. In his head, or he deserves that. In his head. With Izumi, well, them all hearing a big crackling sound of Izumi taking her knife out of the old crevice and puts her mouth towards the hole, stating that, try that again and you're dead. That goes for all of you. I don't care who you are, you're all gonna die if you do that. Now, everyone, or all the guys, would have gone sweatshop while all the girls is like, damn. Don't piss her off. No guy should piss her off. And, yeah, Mineta's now gonna say, okay, I cannot try anything with her around. But when she's not around, ooh, I can do whatever I want. And, well, yeah. With Izumi more or less holding her helmet off to her hip, or on her hand, and in her hand, and while walking with Petra in her, well, gear. With Petra just, well, throwing her knife in the air and throwing it down. Izumi just saying, when I see something, Petra saying, sure. Izumi proceeds to, well, point her hand on a wall, and does the whole thing of, oh, don't cut your finger off. And, yeah. She does it flawlessly, with All Might saying, you shouldn't do that, you can chop off a finger. Her saying, thinking back to the time, she actually did chop her finger off one time. With then, everyone hears a chuckle coming from Apollo, coming saying, oh, don't worry, All Might, she's done it she lost a finger once before and I had to heal her. Izumi proceeding to grab her ghost, yeets him across the whole city, saying, shut up. With the ghost coming back, or teleporting back, saying, what? And, yeah. Everyone gives a slight laugh to Izumi, but they stop when Izumi shows bloodlust to them and just saying, stop. And, yeah. Now, Amai would have said, well, instead of Ochako, it's going to be Petra and, well, Ochako went wherever Sugar Rush Guy went. So, yeah. And, well, Petra and Izumi would have tactically thought about this. With, Izumi thinking of Baku as the rush type of person, as well as, Petra, and they would think of Baku will, do some sort of surprise attack or come out of nowhere and start to attack them suddenly, while Ida, being more, wanting to protect the bomb, would stay back and protect the bomb, obviously. And they go in with, you hear a boom, 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 and then hear a repeated boom going through a corner. It's more or less Baku was trying to turn with explosions. And he proceeds to try to right hook, well, Izumi. Izumi, dodging his fist, proceeding to grab his own fist, puts her, shoulder on his arm, putting it back between, or putting it back, on Bakugo's back, and you hear a click. Bakugo wincing in pain, now not feeling his arm. And what did it? Well, Izumi did. She dislocated Bakugo's arm. And quite skillfully, and, Bakugo saying, "I'm not done." Trying to shoot at now Petra with his explosions, while trying to stay away. Now, Bakugo, we wouldn't survive much long. I think that would be, understandable, having, half his quirk basically gone, if you think about it. Like, he could use his arm to more or less explode, but, his arm would just go, be not lifeless, but it's just going to, explode the arm, so it's not going to make propulsion for him. So he mainly just used his one arm, which, leads to it being dislocated and him proceeding to have no arms dislocated, or both arms dislocated, and, Izumi proceeds to kick Bakugo with the back of her foot, with him being unconscious, and, with Izumi putting on the tie, and, because she did get the whole explanation of, there's two ways to win. Take out, the opponent's team and put the ribbons on them, or touch the bomb. Now, she touched the bomb, and a radio on the system would say, Bakugo Katsuki has, been eliminated. And by Izumi and Petra. With, everyone in the, stands, or you could, in the whole viewing room, was, quite shocked of how skillfully Petra and, Izumi took out Bakugo. And with Momo thinking to herself, saying, that was done very calculating tactically. And, yeah. Now, they would proceed to go to Ida. Now, not Choco. Izumi, finding actually she can use her golden gun for this, proceeds to, shoot at the door, burning the whole doorknob off to where it can more or less just be opened or knocked down, or one of those, open doors. And, I should have explained, that golden gun was not quiet, and it was more like a bang, bang, bang. And she did 3 shots, not 6. With, Ida looking back and seeing villain, and the whole villain thing that him saying hero, and explaining the whole, or him doing the whole monologue of him pretending to be a hero, or villain, sorry, not hero, a villain. With, Petra holding back her laugh, but just laughing to her head, saying, he's so stupid, we're just training. And Ida trying to use this quirk to, kick at Izumi. Izumi actually feeling a lot of force from, Ida's kicks. Why? Well, Ida's using his, engines to boost up his kicking power, which is, boosting it, so it's not going to be pretty yet. Yeah, with Izumi, saying, you're good, but, when Ida does try to go hit for Izumi's head, Izumi proceeds to, grab his leg, or putting her arm up across her face, protecting her face, obviously, then proceeding to, while Ida's leg is in the air, grab it, gets turns the other way and eats him in the wall, face first to go unconscious. Petra just stating that, wasn't that a little excessive? Her saying, I was going easy on him. How was that excessive? And when everyone heard that she was going easy, they're like, oh shit. Which would actually prompt them to actually train harder. And All Might just thinks that maybe this will make the class train harder. And, well, he's correct. So, yeah. Now, they would obviously go to Ida, putting a obviously white wrap or the whole captures rope around him and then presses the bomb. Him saying, congratulations, Petra and Izumi, you successfully defeated the villain team in the both ways, touching the bomb and, well, capturing them with the capture tape. Good job, and now come back up to the viewing room. Them doing so, and Petra, well, giving, or, you know what, Momo still gives the whole explanation of the whole, oh, who did it so tactically, and said that they did it tactically, and remarking saying it was like a military, and going through it very skillfully. With Petra and Izumi looking at her, saying, you realize we're in the military, we're kind of like in a military group for most of our lives, and we know how to fight with each other. Quite well, actually, so, yeah. And, well, there was with Ida, or not Ida, with, well, you do right, Groggy in the back corner, cause, well, Bakugo proceeds to say, my head, but then realizes both of his arms are so dislocated. And I'm saying, why are my arms so dislocated? Izumi saying sorry and she'll fix them. 2 minutes later, screaming happens and All Might does say that she can bring, or he can bring Bakugo to the recovery room with, well, her saying it's fine and clicks one of his shoulders back in. Him saying, you mother of with Izumi just stating that why are you wincing in pain? That's nothing. Him saying, for you maybe, but I've both basically never got my arm dislocated, or my shoulders dislocated. Her saying, oh, really? Oh, whatever. And then proceeds to put the other one back in place. Him saying, mother, and mumbles, and, well, does the old mumble of, or not mumbling, but like, him cursing on words, and, well, yeah. No one, he didn't per se backtalk him, because Ida, well, is awake, but like, his arms were also, or no, he would also like realize that that would hurt a lot. So, and he knows Baku's personality being the Pomeranian, he wouldn't say much because, well, it would be expected from him just swearing and stuff like that. And yeah, now they would proceed to go back to class, finishing off their, or proceeding to just go back to changing room, changing. Or Izumi just despawns the whole thing. And yeah, with, well, Mom asking on the way to the room, asking why didn't, well, Izumi didn't use any of her weapons. Izumi promptly saying that they would put holes in all of you. And them realizing that's actually very true. And yeah. So they would just been, yeah, that's true. And, well, accept that whole answer. Now, Izumi would have, well, gone to the changing room, more or less just despawning her armor, and just waiting outside for Petra. Petra coming about a little later, about 5 minutes later, with her gear in a suitcase. Because I think it would take her like 5 minutes because she has to do that a lot when she was in the military. So I think she would get a good rhythm down of taking off her military clothing and, yeah. Oh, you know what, screw it. I'll just say it's 10 minutes so it's a little easier for Petra. Because I don't think anyone can put on and stuff like that. Or maybe. No, I'm just stupid. It would take 5 minutes. I'm just stupid. So, anyways, yeah. Now, they would proceed to walk back to dorms, and, well, a blonde hair boy with blue eyes says, are you from UA? Or are you from the 1A class? And them both say, probably saying, yeah, why? And he's saying, so how does it feel to be special and, well, have so powerful quirks? I'm looking at each other saying, we don't have quirks. And I'm saying, wait, what? You're quirkless? Then you're even, how do you do that? You're losers. How could you be so worthless and get into UA and even the 1A class? with him promptly doing that to Petra. Now, Petra was going to, well, hit him in the face. But, well, you do hear a chop in the neck coming from, well, Kendo in the background, obviously. Her proceeding to bow, saying sorry for his, well, why he's acting like this. He's, well, very jealous of how people got into UA, and them saying it's fine, but we aren't from this, and we aren't from, Japan, and, well, this world, actually. Her curiously saying, what do you mean? And they would probably explain that they're from another dimension. They are, Izumi's a hunter, and she's part, or she was a part of the army. They're both part of the army, and does explain that Izumi was part of it, but looking down, Petra saying she kind of died for me, and, well, she was revived as a guardian. With, well, Izumi putting her hand across, or putting on, well, Petra's shoulder and saying it's, well, that's ancient history now, we're together again. With Kendra saying, you two are a couple, aren't you? Them both promptly saying, yep, they're a couple. And, well, with Monoma saying, what happened, and her saying, alright, I'll leave before Monoma gets up. With Izumi asking if that's his name, her saying, yeah, mine's Kendo. Goodbye. And, well, they would proceed to wave. Well, Izumi and Petra would proceed to wave also back at Kendo. And, yeah, they would just walk. They would just continue walking after their lovely conversation with Kendo. And, yeah, back to the dorms, because it's in the end of the day, them both in getting into, well, out of the your UA, or the UA student uniform, and, well, going to more comfortable with them both probably putting on comfortable clothing. I'll just say Plot Izumi's wearing this again. It's another set of this, but yeah. And Petra's wearing mm, some shorts with a t-shirt. It's with a and the t-shirt just states that it states badass on it. I don't know. I'll just say that. Eh. And yeah, now they would promptly both go back, or they would proceed to just chill, and, well, whenever it gets in, they see Izumi proceeding to looking like she's frying something, them asking what she's doing, her saying that she's making fried chicken. With Momo actually traveling to America one time saying, isn't that from America? Her saying, well, we call it fried chicken where I'm from, and I guess it's here too, so I guess is it fried chicken where you guys are? Well, Mom was saying it is, and her saying, well, yeah, it's fried chicken basically. And, well, everyone tasted afterwards, and they're like looking at Zoom saying, how'd you make this? Her proceeding to explain the whole process of, well, making fried chicken. You get chicken and you, well, make a wet and dry version, a dry and wet, or a dry version of powder for how crust is, but also some flavor on the inside with the wet. Or however you someone would explain the whole fried chicken of, yeah. And, well, they would, well, Kirishima saying this is delicious. With him, well, grabbing one in bare hand, having a fried drumstick. With, well, Mina promptly saying, Kirishima, or babe, you can't eat like that. You need to eat properly. Now everyone would look over to Mina and Kirishima, them asking, wait, are you two dating? Them saying, or Kirishima saying, babe, we wanted to keep it a secret for a little bit. Him then gulping down his food. And Mina just saying sorry in her whole voice. Apologetic voice. Now the girls would have asked more questions saying, why didn't you tell us? But Petra and, well, Izumi, or Petra and Izumi would have promptly understand why they maybe kept it a secret. With, well, Izumi saying, yeah, I kind of kept my whole relationship with Petra a secret from the Vanguard and my boss. Them asking what do you mean? Or saying, well, we were in two different governments, and, well, Zavala is thinking about it, doesn't per se like the reef a lot. So yeah, he tolerates them. It's just yeah. Her them asking who's a Valis. Her explaining. Do you remember how I explained like there's different like classes like a Titan and a Warlock and a Hunter? And them saying yeah. Her saying think of as all the Titans have a boss and he's the boss. And my boss is named K6. He's an Exo. Think of it as a robot guy. And just explain who Ikora is and saying she's another female. She's a female warlock and a very powerful one at that. Saying when I was the beginning of a hunter, remembering that she got her ass beat by Ikora in a spar one time when they had free time, which was when Ikora or when Azumi proceeded to look slightly at Ikora. So yeah, seeing they weren't technically in their whole, they were just sparring actually hand to hand. They weren't using guns and like crucibles. So yeah, and well, they would have been satisfied with their whole. Well, they would have just known at the whole answer they were given, and yeah, with they proceed to eat the rest of the night and enjoying the food. Now, I do think that's a good spot to leave it off here for today. Saying I'm not going to upload anymore today. I'm kind of tired and wanting to rest my voice, and not to, I know that's an excuse, but like I just want to rest my voice before I go without a voice for the rest of my for a while. So yeah, but I do hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, a lovely life, and wear a mask.